my days, shining like the sun, lighting up my waves. With every glance you catch me by surprise. You're the apple of my eyes, my sweet alibis. In this game of life, you're my favorite play. No one can stop me, I'm loving you all day. Oh Sylvie, you're my sunshine, my delight. In this beautiful life, you're my guiding light. Forever I'll cherish, forever I'll stay. With you in my arms, love won't fade away. If God hit restart, I'd pick you again. With your heart of gold, love, you're my closest friend. Attractive and kind, like a star in the night. Sylvie, you're my life, you make every...
The Congo River flows, ancient and powerful. It whispers secrets through the rainforest, secrets of love and loss. This is a story the Congo whispers of two kingdoms divided by tradition. The Congo tribe, proud and powerful, their drums echoing through the trees, and the Luba tribe, known for their artistry, their masks reflecting ancient spirits. Between them, a fragile peace, soon to be tested. A princess welcomed into the world with rejoicing. Her name, whispered on the wind, was Brigitte. She was a child of sunshine and laughter, her skin the color of rich earth, her eyes bright with intelligence. Her arrival was a cause for celebration, a sign of hope for the future of the Congo people. Brigitte grew up surrounded by love, learning the ways of her people and the stories of her ancestors. But even as she embraced her heritage, a rebellious spirit flickered within her. The traditions of the Congo were as ancient as the river itself. They dictated every aspect of life from birth to death, from marriage to burial. For a princess, the weight of these traditions was heavier still. At 16, Congo princesses were deemed ready for marriage, a time of great ceremony. Brigitte knew this day was coming, had felt its approach like the rumble of distant thunder. She knew her duty, but her heart yearned for something more. The drums of the Congo beat a steady rhythm, announcing the arrival of visitors. The Luba tribe were coming, known for their fierce warriors and exquisite artistry. At the head of the procession, Prince Longa emerged, his bearing noble, his presence commanding. Hidden amongst the throngs of her people, Brigitte watched, her heart pounding. Her breath caught as her eyes met those of the Luba prince, the world seeming to shift. Longa too felt the shift, his gaze drawn to the young woman with the sun-kissed skin. The moment was broken as quickly as it had begun. Brigitte, feeling her father's stern gaze, quickly averted her eyes. Longa, schooling his features, continued his approach, bearing gifts for the Congo king. Yet even as he performed the rituals, Longa's eyes kept returning to Brigitte. He felt an inexplicable pull towards her, a sense of connection that defied logic. Brigitte, despite her best efforts, found herself stealing glances at the Luba prince. As the festivities continued, Brigitte found herself unable to bear the weight of her emotions. Excusing herself, she slipped away, seeking the solace of the forest. Unbeknownst to Brigitte, Longa too had felt the need to escape. Drawn by an invisible thread, he followed the subtle signs of her passing. They met in a small clearing, bathed in the golden light of the setting sun. Longa spoke, his voice a low murmur. "I saw you the moment I arrived." Under the watchful gaze of the moon, Brigitte and Longa began to meet, their love a fragile secret. The forest became a sanctuary, a place where they could be themselves. Longa would tell Brigitte stories of his people, igniting a spark of hope in her heart. Brigitte shared the stories of her people, her love for the forest, her voice soft and melodic. Their love grew stronger with each stolen moment, but their happiness was tinged with fear. They knew their love was a dangerous secret that could shatter the fragile peace. Word of Brigitte's unusual behavior reached the Congo king. He had seen the longing in his daughter's eyes, the way her gaze lingered on the Luba prince. Torn between his love for his daughter and his responsibility to his people, the king made a decision. He summoned Brigitte, speaking to her of duty, honor, and the legacy she carried. With a heavy heart, the king informed Brigitte of her arranged marriage to a powerful chieftain. The wedding would take place at the next harvest moon. Devastated by her father's decree, Brigitte fled to the forest, her dreams crumbling. Longer found her there, his heart breaking at the sight of her pain. They made a pact, a promise whispered on the wind, sealed with a kiss. They would run away together, leaving behind the traditions that sought to bind them. As the moon hid behind clouds, Brigitte and Longer slipped away from their world. They disappeared into the dense undergrowth, their love their only guide. The journey was fraught with peril, the dense jungle swallowing the path behind them. They faced torrential downpours, hunger and wild animals, but their love remained their constant compass. Each challenge they overcame only strengthened their resolve. After what felt like an eternity, the dense jungle began to thin, giving way to a vast savanna. As they emerged, the sky exploded in a riot of color, mirroring their tumultuous emotions. They had escaped the confines of their world, but the journey was far from over. They eventually found refuge in a small village nestled at the foot of a majestic mountain range. The people here were different, their customs unfamiliar, their language a melody Brigitte and Longer had never heard before. Yet they were welcomed with open arms, their story of love and sacrifice resonating with a timeless truth that transcended cultural barriers. The villagers, touched by their plight, offered them shelter in a small hut on the outskirts of the village. They shared their meager food, their laughter and their stories, helping Brigitte and Longer to rebuild their lives on the ashes of their past. Brigitte, with her quick mind and gentle touch, learned the ways of their new home. She helped the women tend to their crops, her fingers nimble as she learned to weave intricate baskets from the reeds that grew along the riverbank. Longer, strong and resourceful, used his skills as a hunter to provide for their small family, his laughter echoing through the village as he shared his tales of the forest with the children. For a while, it seemed as if their dreams had come true. They had found peace, a place where their love was celebrated, not condemned. They had each other, and that was all that mattered. But the past, like a shadow, stretched long and dark, threatening to engulf their newfound happiness. News traveled slowly from the outside world, carried on the backs of weary travelers and whispered on the wind. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of orange and purple, a storyteller arrived in the village. He spoke of unrest in the land from which Brigitte and Longer had fled. He spoke of the fury of the Congo king and the sorrow of the Luba queen, their grief over their missing children morphing into a bitter rivalry that threatened to erupt into war. Brigitte and Longer listened, their hearts pounding in their chests, their fingers intertwined, a silent promise of support in the face of the storm brewing in their homeland. They knew they could not hide forever. The weight of their actions, the consequences of their choices pressed down on them, threatening to shatter their fragile peace. That night, huddled together in the darkness of their hut, the weight of their decision pressed down on them. The storyteller's words echoed in the silence, painting a vivid picture of the chaos their love had unleashed. They had chosen each other, but at what cost? Desperate for guidance, they knelt before a makeshift altar, offering prayers to their ancestors, their voices filled with a mixture of hope and despair. They prayed for peace, for forgiveness, for a way to heal the rift their love had created. But their prayers seemed to vanish into the night, unanswered, lost in the vastness of their uncertainty. Unbeknownst to Brigitte and Longer, their pleas for forgiveness fell on deaf ears. The Congo king and the Luba queen, consumed by grief and rage, had turned to darker powers for retribution. Under the light of a blood-red moon, they sought the counsel of a powerful shaman, a figure shrouded in mystery, his face hidden behind a mask of bone and feathers. The shaman, his voice a low growl that seemed to emanate from the earth itself, listened to their tale of betrayal and heartbreak. He spoke of ancient curses, of punishments meted out to those who dared to defy the natural order. And then, with a chilling finality, he pronounced his judgment. Brigitte and Longa, though miles away, felt a cold dread seep into their bones, a chilling premonition of the curse that had been bestowed upon them. The shaman's words, carried on the wind, whispered through the leaves, pronouncements of a future forever shrouded in sorrow. They were to be forever bound by their love, their souls eternally entwined, but they would be denied the joy of children. Their lineage, the future they had dared to dream of, would end with them. The curse, a cruel twist of fate, a bitter punishment for their defiance, hung over them like a dark cloud. They were together, yes, but their love, once a source of boundless joy, was now tinged with a profound sadness, a constant reminder of the price they had paid for their freedom. Years tumbled into years, each sunrise a poignant reminder of the life they were fated to live, a silent observer to their enduring bond. Their love, tested by time and circumstance, had weathered the storm, its roots growing deeper with each passing season. They built a life filled with purpose, their days a tapestry woven with the vibrant threads of their adopted community. His love for Brigitte, a steady flame that refused to be extinguished, was evident in every gentle touch, every shared glance. There were moments, fleeting but potent, when regret cast a palpable shadow over their tranquil existence. Brigitte, gazing at the village children playing in the dust, their laughter echoing through the air, would feel a pang of longing, a sharp reminder of the emptiness that lingered in her heart. She would trace the lines of a small, intricately carved wooden doll Longa had made for her, a poignant symbol of the children they could never have. Longa, witnessing the tender bond between a young couple in the village, their newborn baby cradled in their arms, would feel a familiar ache in his chest, a yearning for a future that had been stolen from them. He would reach for Brigitte's hand, their fingers intertwining, a silent acknowledgement of their shared loss. In these moments of quiet despair, they found solace in each other's arms, their love a balm for their wounded souls. They spoke in hushed tones of what might have been, their voices thick with unshed tears, their words a testament to the dreams that had taken root in their hearts but were fated to remain unfulfilled. Yet even in their grief, they found strength in each other. They knew that their love, though tested, had not been diminished by the curse. It had been forged in the fires of adversity, tempered by loss, and emerged stronger, more resilient than ever before. They had each other, and in that love, they found a measure of peace. As the years turned into decades, Brigitte and Longa became revered figures in their adopted village, their love story woven into the fabric of their community. The villagers, touched by their resilience and inspired by their enduring bond, sought their wisdom, their counsel a source of comfort and guidance. Young couples on the cusp of starting their own families would seek their blessing, their love story a testament to the enduring power of commitment and sacrifice. Brigitte, her eyes twinkling with a mixture of sadness and wisdom, would offer words of advice, her voice a soothing balm, her presence a reminder that even in the face of adversity, love could thrive. Longa, his voice gruff with age yet still filled with warmth, would share stories of their journey, of the challenges they had overcome, of the unbreakable bond that had seen them through the darkest of times. His words, imbued with the wisdom of experience, served as a beacon of hope, a reminder that love, in its purest form, could withstand the tests of time. And so they lived, their love a testament to the enduring power of the human spirit, their story whispered on the wind, carried across the savannah, a timeless ballad of hope and heartbreak, a reminder that even in a world bound by tradition and shaped by fate, love, in its purest form, could never truly be silenced. The tale of Brigitte and Longa, whispered on the wind, transcended generations. Long after their passing, their love story continued to resonate in the heart of the savannah. Around flickering fires, under a canopy of 1,000,000 stars, their story was told and retold. Village elders recounted the trials and triumphs of the exiled lovers. Children learned of the curse that had shadowed their love. The villagers pointed to the enduring legacy of Brigitte and Longa. They spoke of the couple's kindness and compassion. Their love nurtured a community, their legacy woven into their home. The Congo River, a silent witness, carried their memory. In the whispers of the wind, the echoes of their love could still be heard. The story of Brigitte and Longa serves as a potent reminder that love knows no boundaries. It is a force of nature, as powerful as the Congo River itself, capable of toppling walls and bridging divides. Their tale, passed down through generations, became a beacon of hope. It reminds us that true love requires courage, the courage to defy convention. Theirs was a love forged in defiance, tempered by loss, and ultimately triumphant. The legacy of Brigitte and Longa lived on, not just in the stories that were told, but in the very air that the villagers breathed. It was a reminder that love could bloom even in the harshest of landscapes, that compassion could flourish even in the face of adversity. Their love story, a beacon of hope and heartbreak, challenged the rigid boundaries of tradition, reminding us that the human heart, like a compass, will always point towards love, no matter the obstacles that stand in its way. And in the quiet moments, beneath the vast expanse of the African sky, as the stars twinkled above them, the villagers knew that Brigitte and Longa were not truly gone. Their love, like the stars themselves, was eternal. A timeless reminder that even in the face of loss, even when faced with the impossible, the human heart, guided by love, could find its way home.